Hello, everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Hill written by Jordain Carney, published on August 7th. And I love how they're trying to frame this situation. Pelosi, Schumer say White House declined $2 trillion human malware deal. Now, what's funny about this is they don't tell you about any of the details. See, they're just like, oh, well, they said, let's bring it down from $3 billion to $2 billion, which we don't need to be spending that kind of money. See, the Democrats, we can just keep printing it. We can just keep printing it. Yeah, well, you're basically using that as a means to cover your shit. You're stealing the wealth of every single American by doing that, by inflating, by creating inflation and causing the value of their money to be, far lower than what it should be. Or the dollar should not be, like, on the note of, like, not looking at the fact of, like, say, internationally. I'm just talking about the United States, okay? You look at how fast inflation is going, just on the United States alone. In my lifetime, and I'm 45, and this is what gets me. It's worth half as much now than it was 20 some odd years ago. That's how fast inflation's picked up, and people aren't realizing it. And you need to wake up. But yet they want to keep printing money. And the thing is they just want to be like, oh, well, they want to compromise. But they don't tell you what they want as part of the $2 trillion. And what the Republicans have as their $1 trillion thing and where the issues lie. They just want to be like, well, it's a compromise. We'll meet in the middle. Yes, but there are those fine details in the middle, like exactly what's going to be funded. Anyway, let's get into this here. Democratic leaders said Friday that the White House rejected an offer for a roughly $2 trillion human malware relief package. Yeah, because details, probably things that are in it that they did not like. That's what has been holding it up, specifics. But see, you don't want to play it on that type of level. You want to do generalizations so that you can be like, Republicans bad, Orange man bad, because you're Trump deranged idiots at this point. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that as part of a closed-door Thursday meeting, Democrats offered to reduce their $3.4 trillion price tag by $1 trillion if Republicans would agree to raise theirs by roughly $1 trillion, raise their roughly $1 trillion package by the same amount. Yes, but I bet you if you look at the fine details, most of that money goes to the shit that they want. See, we're no longer in the days of when compromise meant that the Republicans bent over and gave the Democrats what they wanted. They don't like that either, because the Republicans would manage to sell it to their voters. Oh, well, we compromised. It's not happening because the people who are voting Republican now, they've had enough. They've watched the left when they want an inch, claim they want an inch, take a mile. And they've said no. And they've drawn a line in the sand. Voting for Trump was a line drawn in the sand. And people, they don't want to deal with that fact. And Orange Man bad. Because Orange Man's telling you no. You don't want to come to the realization, you people on the left created the situation where Trump got elected the first term. And here you are pulling the shit that you are right now, where you have people looting, rioting, trying to burn down federal buildings and everything else. And you go, oh, they're just peaceful protesters. Well, people are seeing otherwise. See, you don't realize that you can't pull the bullshit that you're pulling and get away with it when you're saying that everyone and their mother must stay home. Because with them staying home, they got nothing to do except watch TV, except surf the internet and look at social media and see what's really going on. You people are idiots. Anyway, that strategy, effectively trying to split the difference between the two sides, would result in legislation costing between $2 trillion and $2.4 trillion. And the thing is what are we talking about for the exact details? I hate to keep reiterating that, but every place I've done it, it's an appropriate response. See, leave out the fact of the details, because I'm sure most of what the Democrats want in that $1.4 trillion is like ridiculous leftist bullshit. That strategy is just stupidity. It's not a strategy. It's lunacy. We'll take down $1 trillion if you add $1 trillion in. They said absolutely not. Pelosi said during a joint press conference with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on Friday. And they didn't like that because it's no longer the give me what I want. Well, as long as we can frame it as I compromised, okay. They're not getting that and they hate it. It's beautiful too. Oh man, it's so sweet. Pelosi and Schumer are expected to meet with White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin on Friday. Pelosi said she would make the offer again as part of the private negotiations. And you're going to get no again, you stupid bitch. It's not a compromise because I'm guessing you're going to get every fucking thing you want. Piss off. Seriously, piss off. You are pathetic, all of you on the left these days. I don't believe in the false left-right paradigm, but it's just the easiest way to frame it. The left is fucking demented. The people who align with that Jonestown fucking situation, you're all Kool-Aid drinking morons. Start thinking for yourselves, people. On that, oh wait, I don't usually have people on the left looking at my videos, except for when they want to spurg out. And it's not like they're going to listen to me anyways because they've watched the video to spurg out. So I guess I'm saying something that's going to fall on deaf ears. Oh my God. I will once again make the offer. We'll come down $1 trillion, you go up $1 trillion, and then we'll be within range of each other, Pelosi said. But again, this is a very different set of values across the table. No, she's making it sound like, you're negotiating a few $100 on a used car here. Like $1 trillion ain't shit. Like $2 trillion ain't shit. 2.4 to be precise. I mean, there's $2.4 trillion worth of difference between the two. And she's going, let's split the difference. Like it's $500 that you're haggling over on a fucking used car. Come on now. It's $1 trillion. And this idea of different set of values, yeah. Republicans are actually going, you're fucking mental. And there's being the adults here saying no. While you're acting like infantile, deranged children. Wanting $3.4 trillion. And then going, I'll settle for 2.4. Oh my God. Asked about raising their price tag by $1 trillion, Mnuchin told reporters on Friday, that's a non-starter. Well, yeah. We can't keep hemorrhaging money. The cost reductions, according to Pelosi, would largely be achieved by shortening the duration of some programs in the packages, such as food assistance. So basically, you're going to get every fucking thing you want. Okay. Meadows, when asked if the trade-off Pelosi was floating was in the cards, said, I don't think so. Good. Oh, I fucking hate the Hill. Sorry about that. Oh, gotta force another ad down your throat. Ridiculous. Oh, now I gotta go and find out where. Okay. Sorry about this. I don't know that. That's all right. It's I don't know that, comma. That's a reduction. Wow. I don't know that. That's a reduction as much as she's just changing the time frames. So I don't think that she's come off her number other than just making it shorter, Meadows said. Exactly. She wants they want to have their cake and eat it too. So what they figure is they're going to kick the can down the road. Well, we'll just shorten the duration now. And then when that shit runs out, they'll be demanding the same exact shit. Hell, they'll be demanding even more than what they got now. And they'll have already got every single thing that they want. So they'll be like, well, we're already doing it. That's what it comes down to, the details. But you see, the Hill doesn't want to give you the details. Because I'm sure it's just retarded shit. And also, people on the left, they just like their echo chamber bullshit. Oh my God. The negotiations, which have taken place almost daily for nearly 2 weeks, have yielded little progress toward an agreement on a sweeping bill meant to counter the health and economic devastation caused by by human malware. Whoa. Excuse me? Caused by it? You people are demented. This is the first time in history we've quarantined healthy people. This is the first time in history that you've had. Yep, let's just shut down the world. And you want to blame it on the virus for what we've done, reacting to it, which amounts to something, if you look at the actual death rates and then you get rid of all the on the note of the death numbers, you get rid of all the people that have took a shotgun and did a Kurt Cobain, did a Superman over the handlebars of their motorcycle and died, that they all labeled as human malware deaths. You do that? And this is like the flu type levels. And if you look, the flu deaths during flu season, non-fucking existent. You've got 0 flu deaths. Got to make you wonder, where are those deaths being counted? I wonder. You people are ridiculous. You created You people created the devastation in the legacy media by feeding fear and allowing for everything to be shut down, while condemning nations that show otherwise to your bullshit of having to shut it all down. Sweden, for example, didn't shut shit down. They're doing all right, and they've got herd immunity going on almost at this point. What does that tell you? This is ridiculous. This is like ridiculous shit. Oh yeah, the Democrats are being reasonable. 3.4 trillion. Oh, look, we're going to bring it down, but we're just going to shorten the duration of shit. Yeah, we're still going to want and get everything we want. Hey. It's ridiculous. Both sides emerged from a closed-door meeting Thursday night, warning they were far apart. Well, yeah, because, again, Pelosi wants her cake and to eat it too. The clearest signal yet that they are unlikely to meet a self-imposed deadline to get an agreement in principle by Friday. Oh, that must be really upsetting to Pelosi. She's like, I compromised. I still get everything I want. It's just for a shorter time. I'm being reasonable. Oh, my God. Anyway, Schumer said the White House strongly rejected the idea of $2 trillion package. Yes, because you've got all this unnecessary shit in the thing. You just shorten the durations of how long the stuff is supposed to run for. Compromise is about, okay, I'll give up this and you give up that. It isn't, I'm going to get everything I want. I don't care if it's just for a shorter period, but I'm going to get everything I want because we're going to kick the can down the road. And when it's all running out, we're just going to demand that we get the stuff again, a renewal. That's the plan. And because Republicans are saying, no, I'm not going to let you get away with that, you're being petulant children. Because you won't actually compromise. We're going to still get everything. We're just going to do it shorter. That's not a compromise. Oh, my God. Oh. You should have seen their faces. Absolutely not, Schumer told reporters Friday. Basically, what's happening is Mr. Meadows is from the Tea Party, and they don't want to spend the necessary money. They rejected it totally. No, what you want is unnecessary fucking money. Oh my God. You're the ones that are trying to throw all this money at stuff where it does not need to go. And then you're going, it's necessary. No, it's not. Jesus Christ. Get the politics out. All right, put the science in, get the politics out, get the Marxism out of it, and just literally look at the situation right now. Okay. Weed out all the non-human malware deaths that have been labeled as such. Look at all the actual numbers and go, wow, we were idiots. And let's start reopening shit. Let's start going back to normal fucking lives. Oh, wait. If you can't keep pushing your new normal, then you can't do this top-down control bullshit that you're trying to do with the note of the left and the globalists and, shit like that. You can't get away with it. Oh. Schumer added that a bill with a price tag below $2 trillion could not pass Congress. Really? So I guess... Yep, be petulant children. Works for me. Because the Republicans are actually being the reasonable ones and you're not. So whatever. The House doesn't have the votes to go south of $2 trillion, Schumer said. Senate Democrats can't go south of $2 trillion, so that's what compromise is all about. Yes, the Senate Democrats, they have enough people. Oh my God, they have enough in the Senate to get it to pass. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like he actually thinks that they control the Senate. And he's the minority leader. Oh my God. And you're not talking about compromise. You're saying, give me what I want. I'm still going to get everything. I just found a cheaper source for it, so to speak. It's like the idea of if you want something and they say, like as a kid and your parents go, no, it's too much. Kid goes searching around, finds it cheaper thinking, I got the parents, found it on sale. $50 cheaper or something, we'll say. And the parents just said, no, it was too expensive to shut the kids up. And then they went and said, well, look, I got it cheaper. And now the parent just goes, no, that's what's happening right now. It's beautiful. Oh my God. These idiots actually think that they can get away with this shit and that they're going to get what they want by pushing this stuff when they're the ones, because they're holding off because they want their riders tacked on and their non-related, human malware bullshit, like with all their Green New Deal type shit that was in the last thing that the Pelosi was trying to push. They think that the people are going to blame Trump for this. No, they're going to blame you idiots for being unreasonable, not willing to actually compromise. And it's because they're actually paying attention because you said everyone has to stay at home. Real smart, you idiots. Oh, you people are morons because they got nothing better to do but pay attention now. In addition to the dollar amount, the four negotiators haven't agreed to several other key issues, including funding for state and local governments, unemployment benefits, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's red line of liability protections from human malware-related lawsuits. Well, it depends on the lawsuit, because to me, I think that the vaccine should be exempt from the vaccine protection court and all that other bullshit, personally. Because with how they're rushing it, there's going to be some major safety concerns. What's the best way to make sure that there aren't? You tell them that they're not going to have, liability protection through the vaccine courts in the United States, and that people will be able to directly sue them. Oh, they'll put out a safe product then. Oh. Anyway, this is just so funny. Mnuchin on Thursday night pointed to money for state and local governments as a major sticking point. Well, yeah, I just did a story last week about how Conway, New Hampshire is trying to cry poverty when there are, a tourist destination during the summer, even the winter, with skiing and shit. They're we'll say year round, because you've got the leafers that come looking for the changing colors and all that other shit in the fall. But they're trying to act like that their budget can't handle the fact that supposedly what people they have coming, which are less, are acting like sailors on shore leave, supposedly. And they're trashing shit more. There's more road rage. There's more cops being called out, or supposedly all this other shit. So they need to be able to get federal money. So they managed to find, what was it, Boston.com or AP, and it was also published at Boston.com. They basically push this narrative of, oh, the people are like drunken sailors after being, on shore leave for months. I mean, I'm adding the drunken sailor part, but that was implied. And like, we need federal money. We need more stimulus money. And it's basically like really shady shit going on with Conway here in New Hampshire with this one. And it's like, you got less people showing up. So even if the people that are there are causing you more of a problem, you've already budgeted your budget for the year, so you should have more than enough money. Just simple logic dictates that. And this idea of local communities, a lot of local communities already got a shit ton of money. The reason why Conway didn't, and basically every community in New Hampshire didn't, is because the money went to the state instead because of the sizes of the communities in the state. So there wasn't direct money. It went to the state, and then Sununu decided to divvy it out, and Sununu went and said, or probably Sununu's people went, Conway, you've got plenty of money in your coffers right now. Fuck off. And they got a little jealous that all these other places were getting money. And this is the thing. They're trying to bribe local governments, especially in blue cities, with like this money. It's more than just bribe, though. They're trying to cover their debts. They're going to use this money to cover debts that were there from before the human malware situation. Plain and simple. And that way they can go, oh, look, we cleaned up our budget. Vote for us again. That's what they'll do. Because they've got, like, pension liabilities that they don't have the funding for and all this other shit. It's really shady with these Democrat cities, what they're trying to do with getting, like, the money to the local communities. Democrats want roughly $950 billion in new funding for state and local governments, while Republicans have offered about $150 billion. And that should be pretty decent at $150 billion. That's a lot of friggin' money. If you divvied it up, that would be $2 billion a state. Oh, I'm sorry, I did my math wrong. That's $3 billion a state. Wow. Holy shit, I'm an idiot. Mnuchin said Trump, who had called the GOP negotiators 3 times during Thursday meeting, is simply not willing to sign a bill that has a massive amount of money to bail out state and local governments. Yes, because the Democrats are trying to use this to fucking cover their inept finances, like their ability to do finance. The president is prepared to do something for state and local that deals with the issues of additional human malware expenses, Mnuchin said, pointing specifically to first responders, hospitals, police officers, and teachers. Fuck the teachers. With what they're demanding now and the kind of money they make for an 8-month-a-year job, they can go fuck themselves. They're literally, the unions and the teachers are trying to pull this fucking, we won't go back to school unless you enact this socialist bullshit. They can go fuck themselves. They didn't work all summer. The last couple months, they didn't do shit. And they got paid. Well, screw them. Don't get me wrong. I believe, like, on the idea of teaching can be a noble profession, but it's no longer about teaching. It's no longer about being a teacher. It's about being a fucking propagandist, about being an indoctrinator. So fuck them. They can go to hell for all I care. First responders, hospitals, and police officers, whatever, hey, fine by me. But the teachers, they can go fuck themselves. Pelosi, in a letter to House Democrats on Friday, outlined a list of unresolved issues showing how far apart the two sides are from even an agreement in principle, with divisions on school funding, money for testing, and funding for the Postal Service. In the past 2 weeks of negotiations, we have strived mightily to find common ground, Pelosi said. However, many critical differences remain. Well, here's the thing on the post office, real quick. When you have people doing a job, getting paid for a full day, that they can bang out in 2 hours, and then they sit on their ass in their vehicle, their delivery vehicle, you got a fucking problem. And that's what the post office has for a problem. And because it's unionized, no federal agency or federal business, or because it's considered a business for-profit entity, should be unionized. I'm sorry, but the government, that should not be the case. All right. Because you end up, when it's the government, or even the private sector to an extent, but with the government, you end up where you have people. If you've ever noticed your postal worker just sitting there, it's usually at a particular time every single day. It's because they finished their run, or they're taking like a 3-hour break for lunch before they get back to it, and they sit there and they play. It used to be they'd read a book or whatever. Now they sit on their phones or whatever else, and they play games or surf the web or whatever else. But that's what they're doing. And I know postal workers. This is like one of their nice little kept secrets, because they want to be able to work doing actual work, like 3-4 hours a day, and be able to get paid for 8. But when you have that going on, yeah, you don't need more funding going to the Postal Service. You need to trim the fat. So screw the Postal Service on that one. But anyway, in the past 2 weeks of negotiations, we have strived mightily to find common ground, Pelosi said. However, many critical differences remain. That last line there is beautiful, because we've tried to compromise, says Pelosi, as she's saying, give me everything I want. I'll just take a little shorter duration on it. Retarded shit. Anyway, I mean, this is funny. Well, look, we tried to compromise. On the surface, you're saying we split the difference. That's a compromise. But then you look and you see it's not. It's the details. It's about them saying, look over here. Well, you should be looking over there. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.